welcome back to this wonderful program called Therapy Zone. My name is Daria Denergy, and I'm always here with the wonderful people that actually enlighten us on the topic we are talking about here. My guest is Mayowa Akolimajomo. I also call him Honorable because it's full of different codes. Please, if you want to see his codes, go to Facebook and type Ojomo Mayowa. You see there all the time so that you can actually refresh your mind. In the last episode, we talked about imagination and right imagination. Today, we want to actually deep down in creativity because we know that what brought creativity is imagination, how you imagine. And he said in the last episode that we have two types of imagination. We have the just imagination and creative imagination. That's what it's going to bring us to this next topic called creativity as a whole topic. Okay, please. Thank you for coming once again,
Thank you very much.
I really appreciate your support all the time. I call you, you're always here.
Thank you.
Okay, let us quickly rush into what we want to talk about. I know that my viewers are actually waiting. They can actually wait to hear what you want to say about that. So, how can one be creative?
Well, to start with, let's look at creativity itself. Creativity is a phenomenon whereby something, somehow, is created. Something that has not been created before. Something that has not existed before, coming into limelight.
Into limelight. Wow. Something that never existed before. I'm very sure that a lot of you want to start a business. You just say that creativity comes up with something that's never been seen before. Maybe you should be thinking of that line before we end the program. I know you're going to get something that's not been created before, so that we can make our world a better one. Okay, please let us rush down to that. So now, what does creative thinking involves?
Creative thinking involves you changing your daily routine.
Okay, daily routine.
Yes.
I don't understand.
When you start doing things differently.
Okay, so what are those things that make someone a creativity or creative individual, so to say?
Sometimes, let's say, people are scared when it has to do with bringing new ideas.
Why will people be scared of bringing new ideas?
Because it has to do with you dedicating, doing away what is so comfortable with you. To be creative, it has to do with you have to do away with things that makes life so easy for you.
Oh, okay. Before we go into the other aspect you just talked about, you say that people are always afraid of being creative.
Yeah.
And I see that as this word called fear.
Exactly.
So let us deal with fear as in against creativity. Why would a creative person be afraid to be creative?
They are afraid to fail.
Oh, I'm sure that my viewers are not afraid to fail. Now, why will someone be afraid to fail? Of being creative, of trying to see something from another angle, to create something that someone else have never created before. Why would someone be afraid of doing that?
Because they don't really have a full awareness of who they are.
Okay, full awareness. So can you talk more on that?
Yes. The first thing is that a creative mind should be ready to face criticism. What you're going to create, accept it yourself first. That okay, what I'm about to create, it will be nice, it will be great. Whatever the outcome, appreciate your handwork first by yourself.
Okay. Now, I want to relax a little bit so that we actually get this across to the viewers. I'm actually mentioning the viewers because they are my people. They are the one that will view the video and give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and all that. Now, you say that the person that individual that is afraid does not really understand who he or she is, Now, how can I actually know who I am before I can actually pursue the adventure of creativity?
The first thing is self acceptance.
Self acceptance.
Yes.
So, how can I accept myself? And okay, continue.
Yeah,
please.
the first thing is that the number one fan of you is you.
Wow, this is getting in depth, and I am very sure this episode will go a long way. I'm very sure of that. Now, your first fans, just like sports clubs, like we have the Arsenal, the Barca, the Chelsea. Sorry if I don't mention your club, please don't be angry, please. I'm just giving examples. Okay, now just like those clubs, those football clubs do have their fans,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
Their fans. So, and a lot of these fans can actually support this club to their death,
Yes.
because I've seen where two opposite fan clubs actually fight because of some football matches or thereabouts, so to say. So for you to actually know who you are, you must know who you are. You must be your number one fan. So I cannot be the fan of myself to actualize who I am.
That's what I said. Self-acceptance. You need to accept yourself first. Either because if you don't accept yourself first, others will not accept you.
Wow. So all that will not accept you, you don't accept yourself.
Exactly.
So is that why musicians often will listen to their song after recording to know how good the song is? Because there's a lot of school of thought about what you just said.
Yeah.
That some artists will not like to listen to their song after recording. They'll just tell the producer or their manager to actually put the song because they don't want to feel bad about it, because someone actually went to the studio, recorded some songs, and after recording the song, this person went to the studio and listened to the song, and you think that the song is not good, and he scrapped the song and record another one. Are you going to say that is the same process pertaining to someone to be creative?
Exactly. Because first thing is that you need to really look at what you're creating. After the inspiration has come,
Yes.
you've created it.
Yes.
You are doing it. So you have to evaluate what you've created.
Now, that's what you just said is going to bring us to the next question. You're in spirit, sorry to say that, because so that you will not sound as if you're in the church. So now, how can others, because you say you need to evaluate what you are creating. Now, for my creation, now I've done all what you have said.
Okay.
I've done all that. Now, how will I do it for someone to buy into what I've created?
Well, for someone to buy into what you've created, first thing is that you have to look for the person that have the same like mind with you.
I don't understand. Like what you just said, like what you said before, you must look for someone with the same like mind. It's just like the scientists will say, positive and negative attracts together.
Exactly.
Positive and positive will not attract together. But if I'm positive in my creativity, will I have to look for a negative person? Is that what it applies in that context?
Well, if you are looking for a negative person to sell your creativity to, that means you have to be ready to really take a big shot.
So we're saying that theory might not work for what you are saying.
Exactly.
So now, from what you are saying now, that we are not using of that theory right now, is that we must look for someone that should buy into what we are creating for our creativity to actually move ahead. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Okay. Now, having done all this, having looked into that. So how can I magnify what I've created? Now I've seen someone that actually supported and see into what I'm doing, like what I'm doing right now. So someone actually saw that, no, I can do this, and he said, go ahead to do it. You understand? So having done that, how can I magnify or put into existence of what I've created? Like how can I sell it out?
Well, if you want to sell out your creativity, it involves some little processing.
Processing, yes.
The first step is that you ought to be able to have a kind of a feedback on what you've created.
Okay, we need a feedback from what I've created. So now what you're saying is this in a nutshell. Sorry, continue please. Continue please.
A feedback in the concept that the people you want to market your creativity to, they should be able to have a trace to what you've been able to make, what you've been able to make before.
Okay, what if I've not made anything before? I'm a fresher in creating something, because you said creativity entails something that someone have not done before, so that I will not look like a copycat. And the originator of the idea will say, I own this idea. You know, like a lot of people do, is just to buy into people something and do it. We are not saying that is bad, but we are not saying that from what we have defined that creativity needs an originality of something. So I've not done anything before, I've not created anything before, and you said I should have what you said is that
a feedback
to
what you've created.
So now if I've not created anything, so does it mean that I might not have any feedback of what I've created before?
All right. So in the concept that if you happen to be a new inventor,
yes,
that means that what you're creating should be able to speak for itself.
Okay.
You are there or you are not there.
Okay.
Now, what I'm trying to say in this sense is that when you see someone you want to sell your creativity to,
yes,
the way at which you view your creativity is from the way some other will view it.
Yes.
And when you are selling your creativity, the person might give you instant response. Okay, I will buy into it.
Yes.
Why other will like, okay, let me talk to my team. Now, you now give the concept to that person. The person now want to discuss with the team. You are not present, and your creativity was unable to speak for itself.
So you say it speak louder than voice than what you're saying.
Exactly.
So for my creativity to speak louder, to speak on behalf of my absence, what can I do? How can I make the creativity so vast that it can actually speak for itself?
Creativity goes beyond mouth-to-mouth discussion.
Okay.
Fine, you might not be able to have access to computer, but you need to put your creativity into writing.
Okay.
And above all, let it be be graphical enough.
Okay.
Let it be in step to step that it will be easier for people to check. Okay, this is step 1, step 2, step 3. And it will be open. It will even be easier for a layman to interpret.
So you're talking about real laid down procedure for people, for anybody to actually understand what you are talking about in your creativity. Thank you so much. This is, if I say we should keep on talking, we keep on talking, and we can go from hours to hours. Thank you so much, my viewers. I wish to give Mr. Maiwa a very good round of applause. Thank you so much. And I'm sure that if you call it the next time, you're going to beckon to our call. Now that is about creativity. We are not done. Please check our next broadcast, and it's going to give you a big shock. Because it's not all creativity doesn't work only like that. There must be something that will ginger up, that will trigger your creativity. My name still remains Daria Denergy. I'm here with my guest. His name is Maiwa. Please, I've told you, you can get him on Facebook, on that Facebook media. Okay, thank you. This is Therapy Zone, and we'll see ourselves next time. Please don't go away. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll see ourselves later. Ciao.